Hey, welcome to the Paris music page where I post everything to do with me, Paris, and my music. Yeah. The last video I released on this page was this one. Wait, that didn't work. Let me try that again. What? There it is. You're probably thinking, why am I making a new video? It's been like 18 months since the last one. Well, I've got some exciting news. I'm going to the studio tomorrow to hopefully complete 4 songs. And yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to talk about. So yeah, I just wanted to bring you guys with me to the studio so you can kind of see how I work in the studio and kind of get some insight in what studio life is. And if you're lucky, I might give you a sneak peek of some of the tracks that I've been working on. Actually, let me do one for you right now.
All my life I've been chasing games and now once ever handed a prize. I stand out here waiting for it to come in the hopes I can spray them in my face.
Alright, that's the whole song. Yeah, hope you liked it. No, it'll sound a little bit better than that, but yeah. As well as not releasing any videos on this YouTube channel, you might not have realised that I haven't released a single song this year. That's right, not a single one this year. You're probably thinking, nah, that's not right, is it? Well, you still might be shell-shocked from the 100 songs that I released last year in 2022. But anyway, I haven't released anything this year, and I've heard that that's not very good. This video is to show you that I have been working on new music, and I'll even bring you to the studio with me. So, yeah, let's go. This is just some evidence of me walking to the studio. If you watch, in a second, I'm gonna touch my chin. Yeah, I don't really know why I did that, but I don't have another clip, so yeah. Oh, I'm on a bus. I'm looking out the window, and I'm gonna smile. Nice. Yeah, still walking to the studio. The studio is actually well over an hour away, maybe even 2 hours. But I guess that's what you're gonna do when you find a good mixing engineer. Oh, I'm still walking, but now there are lots of warehouses here. I wonder what's around the corner. Let's see, what's around the corner? Ah, it's a door. Mince pies? Reduced mince pies. Nice. Sick. Let's put that to the side. Oh, there's a bag there. Oh, there's something else in the bag. Corn cakes? Great. A low-calorie snack. Perfect for nibbling on in the studio. Sick. Is there anything else in the bag? Oh, there's a carton. Oh, apple juice. I heard that's great for your voice. Alright, let's see what Z thinks of these snacks. I don't think he liked them. This guy, look at the camera.
Yeah.
This guy's never had a mince pie. This guy's vegetarian and he was asking, oh, he's got mince meat in this thing.
It's because Santa Claus used to eat them.
Yeah, Santa Claus is a vegan.
Nah, not my Santa Claus.
Oh, not your Santa Claus.
He was a drunk.
Alright, this is just some evidence of me in the rice cakes that I showed earlier. I don't know why I'm showing this, but yeah. Alright, now I'm bobbing to the music. I'm listening out to hear the vibes of the song and just to see if there are any tweaks that need to be made. I'd already recorded the lead vocals and the ad-libs, so this session was mostly just a mixing session with a few additional harmonies that we've added in the songs. But yeah, so this is kind of what I did for most of the session, just bobbing my head. Yeah, this is 6 hours into the session. I'm tired. Z's tired. Yeah, nice.
Right, so that was me in the studio. I did take some clips of some of the songs that I'm working on playing in the background, but the audio quality on my phone wasn't too great, so I didn't include them. But the songs are coming soon, so you will hear them. But seriously, it was a good session. I got 4 songs completed, so yippee! So for the remaining part of the video, I just want to give some advice to people going to the studio and also share some of the mistakes that I've made so that you don't make them and that you can have a great session at the studio. So let's go. Number 1, not practicing enough. You better make sure that when you go to the studio, you know your song inside and out, 100%. You know all the lyrics. You practiced all the lead vocals. You've written ad-libs you've practiced harmonies if you're going to add them, lower and higher octaves. You need to think of everything before you go to the studio, because you don't want to go to the studio and then you're like, oh crap, I can't hit that note, or oh, crap, what was the lyric for the verse? Oh crap. Because that's eating into your studio time, and studio time can be expensive. So make sure you've practiced. One way of how I do this, I must confess I don't do it all the time, but I definitely feel a lot more confident when I do this, and that is demoing a song before I actually go to the studio. Okay, so what do I mean by demoing, and how do I do it? Okay, so demoing is essentially recording a kind of a rough take of the song that you're going to record at the professional studio. And how do I do that? So I usually have the instrumental or the beat already made before I go to the studio. So it's usually just recording for the vocals and mixing the vocals. I record my demo vocals into Logic Pro. Logic Pro is an example of a digital audio workstation, or a DAW, and essentially that's just a program which allows you to record audio. There are countless other DAWs out there. I'll leave a list here. So when I go into Logic, I slap my beat or instrumental in, and then I record the whole song. So that'll be the verses, the hooks, the bridges, whatever. I'll do all the lead vocals first, and then also I'll add ad-libs, any higher or lower octaves, or like takes, to kind of thicken out the lead vocals or just the vocal line. And essentially you just try and make the song as good as you can with your equipment. Of course, the reason you're going to the professional studio is to make it sound good and professional. So don't be fazed by, oh crap, my song doesn't sound that good when I demo it. That's fine. That's the reason you're going to the professional studio. If you're set up, if you're making better music at home, then it begs the question, why are you going to the studio in the first place? So essentially, I use this demoing process as practice for the recording session, because most of the stuff that I'm doing in the demoing process is what I'm going to do on the session day at the recording studio. So it's extra practice. So make sure you practice your lead vocals, your harmonies, ad-libs, whatever. Anything that you want to record, make sure you practice it here, so that you at least have a few reps in, and that you can save time when you go to the studio, because you're like, oh wait, I know how to do this, I'll do it, and you just quickly bang it out. So yeah, make sure you know your song. Practice. Number 2, be open to suggestions and experiment. I'm guilty of this as well, when sometimes I fall in love with the demo, and then when I go to the recording studio, I want it to sound exactly like the demo, which most of the times it doesn't sound exactly like it, but that little kind of difference really kind of irks me, and you're like, no, I've gotta sound like the demo. It has to sound like the demo. But sometimes you have to listen to the mixing engineer, the producer, or even just yourself when you're in that room, and be willing to experiment and try new things out when you're in the studio, because sometimes that can actually make the song sound better. It can enhance certain things that you weren't able to do at home. Be open to take suggestions from your audio engineer or mix engineer, because it's likely that they've worked with thousands of artists and they probably have a good idea of what makes a great song. So yeah, take suggestions from them. I'm not saying you have to go with exactly what they say, but you can listen to their suggestions and you can try it out. If it works, great. If it doesn't, you can revert back to the drawing board and see how you can improve the song in other ways. Number 3, have fun. Now I know the studio can be quite a stressful time for artists, especially when you take cost into account, when you only have a few hours and you need to get X, Y, Z done. But if you've rehearsed the hell out of your song, you know your song, and I guess you're not always going to get rid of that stress of going to the studio and that kind of pressure. You can definitely reduce it quite a lot. Remember, this isn't a life or death situation. Sometimes you're just going to have bad sessions. Don't get too down at the end of a session when your song doesn't sound exactly how you want. This is quite a common occurrence. Even some of the biggest artists, they have multiple attempts at recording the same song because there's just something that doesn't sound right, or they just want to experiment with a new kind of sound or kind of style of the song. That could be they want to improve their vocal. They don't really like the vocal, so they want to improve it. They don't like a certain sound and they want to change it. It can be anything, but just remember, if one session goes bad, that's not the end of the world. And yeah, it might hurt your pockets because you might have to pay for another session. But if that happens, it happens. As long as you've you've practiced, and you've put your best foot forward, that's all you can wish for. Yeah, that's kind of all I wanted to say. I went to the studio and I completed 4 songs, and they're probably coming out next year in 2024. So something to look forward to. Yeah, if you like the style of this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment something down below. Apparently that helps. But without further ado, ciao.
Oh, no.